Chasing after Brandon Coates, 341 and change.
Tell them to go to the Polars Championship Facebook page, and they can watch the remainder of tonight's show on our Facebook page.
All right, Robbie Lefty is driving as it'll be tomorrow night. Robbie Lefty, New Generation Plus. The new tractor has yet on Now he'll start building the heat. And wrapped up. Last tractor in pro stock. Last one the shot of Brandon Coates. 341.14 for the win. Super stock first and six, back into the sled out of Petersburg, Indiana. The Super Rooster, Mr. Kent Payne. International Harvester 1066, 4 component chassis, 540 cubic inch. Second effort for the Kent Payne and the Super Rooster. Water trouble pretty good. Mike Beck, the hot tech redneck. to another tractor where this is not a rapid ball. He made the trip out by himself. Older brother Stan stayed home to manage things on the ranch in West Texas. Here we go, Steve Blagrave and the Red Horse. It's very, very rare for you to have an opportunity to actually hear the tires. Yep. On the right defender, doing it for Glenn Sticker is in place. 540 IH Block 3 Charger setup, starting to bring it up the Bone Twister.
Is Scrappy at the end of the class, Brent? Do you remember? Friday night?
Friday night? I think he was like 4th or 5th.
Find out later.
Cody's saying I'm not letting him in. You guys see them? He just texted me. I don't see them at all.
For where?
Cody just texted me and said I'm not letting him into the show.
And loaded her back up.
I wonder if you have a bad link in the chat.
Okay, let me. I'll put the new link.
Deliberate process.
I'll put the new link for all you guys into Let's Go Bowling.
Mike Egan and Hellbent, a true AGCO Alice, 426 Alice Beach Power Plant underneath that detail.
I put 2 links in there today.
To bring the RPMs up.
This video is from Adam Wilson, you guys, Built Diesel Mafia on YouTube. Please follow him. He's the sponsor of our event and also one hell of a YouTuber in social media. Built Diesel Mafia, Built Diesel Media. You can find him a couple different ways on there. So all of our guys are coming in. I'm sharing some video from last year on Friday night. Start out with Pro Stocks, these are Diesel Supers. I think Scrappy was towards the end of the class, if I remember. Leroy, do you remember?
Say that again.
Was Leroy or was Scrappy Doug Meisinger towards the end of the class on Friday night?
I'm not for sure.
There he is.
Right there.
And this is what we're going to be talking about.
234,
Doug versus the rest of the world in the
34 feet, 0.59.
We'll watch this video, then we'll jump into the show.
Watertown, New York.
Brent has an exciting announcement about fan voting for the Force Championship. And then we have some guests coming on to talk about the Iowa and ITech Car All right, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Our first show of 2023. Thank you for joining us every Monday night for Let's Grow Pulling Live. Very, very special Monday for us. I think I put 2 links in the show in our chat tonight, guys. Sorry about that. I think I gave you the one for Tucker's show Sunday night and whatever. That's what happens when I try to get ahead for once instead of like last second everything, and I screw everybody up. So I apologize. Very, very special excitement. Brent, this is where you talk. Tell everybody what's going on.
Well, I guess, fan voting. Year 2 for the Pullers Championship. Things are starting to kick off here. So we just rounded out our initial invites. They had till the end of the year to commit to our event. We did have a higher percentage of commit rate this year, so you will see that there are, and on top of that, we also have 10 invites per class instead of 12 like last year. But because of the higher commitment rate, you will see that some classes do only have 4, Super Farm and Limited Pros, and those are the 2 biggest classes as well. So it is going to be a gauntlet to be able to get into that class. So this is where you become the promoter, Pullers. Promote. If you want to be there, you you do what you can to try to get your tractor there. So the website is updated. It does have the fan vote tab now on the website. There is also a link that is on the Facebook page, and we'll get that posted and pinned to the top. But if you go ahead and follow that link, same as last year, you just go ahead and click on it. It'll automatically fill in the date, and then you go ahead and put in your name, put in an email address, and you can only vote once per day. And then from there, you will see Super Farm class. In Super Farms, you can choose up to 4. You do not have to choose any. If you're only there to vote for one person in one class, because you don't know anything about polling, but you just want to support somebody that you know, you are able to do that. But you can vote up to 4 in that class, up to 4 in the Limited Pros, up to 8 in the Pro Stocks. Light Super is up to 8. Mod 4-wheel drive is up to 5. Super Stock Diesel Trucks is up to 7, and Mini Rods is all 10. All of our initial invites that date does not work for them. So we do have all 10 spots open in the Mini Rods, and we know there's a lot of interest in that class with those that weren't initially invited. So it is live and will go until Sunday, January 15th at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. From there, we will take a week to kind of put together the top 20 list. Then we will start round 2 on, what day would that be? The 23rd of January. And that'll go until February 5th. And then we will announce the week of the farm show. So that's kind of the rundown. Again, it is on the website. You can vote once per day. If you try doing it a second time, it'll holler at you and say that you've already voted. So again, if you just want to share this out there to your timelines, to your pages, and tag the Pullers that you want to see there, this is your opportunity to be able to and try to get who you want there to be there by voting for them. So again, I believe we talked about this last year, that we are the only event that's ever done something like this. So we want to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to be able to get who you want there, and your time is now. And we already have lots of them coming in. I will say the first person that voted was a Puller, and they voted for themselves, and that's it. So I'm not going to say who it was, but yeah, it's exciting. I like this time of year. It was fun last year. And again, I did go back and watch last year's live stream. And the one thing that Charles brought up is I'm the only one that knows any of the results. I'm not going to tell you. Nobody's going to bribe me. Nothing.
We tried. We
went to Shipshewana last year, and there's a lot of people that tried everything in their power. One of that, Steve Bosma, right away when we got there on Wednesday, he came up to me and asked me where he's sitting, and I just told him to be patient. So yeah, it's.
I don't think that excuse is going to work this year. You're going to have to come up with something other than be patient, given the whole PPL thing and that being the battle cry. You're going to have to come up with different words.
Nope, be patient is going to be my words.
But just make the shirt.
Yeah. But also, all of the initial invites have been posted on the Facebook page, other than we still have one more that will be coming out tomorrow. But the website is updated. Other than the 85 Limited Pros, I have about half of them done. All the 85 Limited Pros that were initially invited did register. So that class is full. All 10 are committed. So thanks to those guys for being dedicated to this event. We appreciate them, and I know they appreciate being involved in an event like this. So, the website all the invites should be done by tomorrow, if not tonight yet still. So if you are wondering who is there currently, they are on the website. So.
All right. So we're going to circle back to the Pullers Champions, everybody. But our first guest tonight is James and Tracy from the Iowa Diecast Toy Show in Des Moines, Iowa, this January 7th and 8th. And our very own Chandler is going down there. And he's going to we saw some remote control pulling, and we got excited. And we're like, hey, can we come to this event? And we started talking. And now we're helping promote this event. So Tracy or James, I'm going to play a video that you guys have on your Facebook page for a couple years ago. I turned off the sound that way.
Okay.
But here's to kind of show you all the stuff that you can see this weekend at the toy show. So Tracy, do you want to talk about the Iowa Diecast Toy Show and how many of them you have a year, how long it's been going on? Kind of give us a back history of this event.
Okay, well, I started the Iowa Diecast Toy Show 11 years ago. So this will be our 11th year. And we've always hosted it at the Iowa State Fairgrounds in Des Moines. And we have a great time. I actually do 2 shows a year now. I do another one up here in Northeast Iowa in the city of Decorah. But the one coming up this weekend is at the Iowa State Fairgrounds in Des Moines. We have dealers that come in typically from 7 or 8 states around the Midwest. And we set up with thousands and thousands of toys, obviously, as you can see from the pictures. We have a lot of fun because we get a lot of return dealers every year. So we kind of get to bond and catch up from year to year on what's been going on. And we see a lot of the same customers come back. And so it's great to see those familiar faces. I used to have a store next to the Iowa State Fairgrounds in Des Moines before I moved it to Northeast Iowa to be closer to my family. So it gives me a chance to get back and see a lot of my customers that I grew with my store when I was in Des Moines. So it's just a weekend that I look forward to every year, and we have a lot of fun.
I can't believe all the stuff that's in the picture. When you say thousands and thousands, it's not just, I'm a tractor guy, Tracy. I'm assuming there's a lot of race cars. And I mean, if it's a die cast, it's there, right?
Yes. And I was very deliberate when I formed the show that I wanted it to be a die-cast show and not just a farm toy show. Well, obviously, I am a farm toy dealer. I also sell some other stuff, but the majority of what I myself do is farm toys. But I wanted to appeal to a broader audience. Being in the Des Moines metro and with I-80 and I-35 going through Des Moines, we've had people come out from as far as Ohio to drive into our show. And so we want to give as many people as possible a reason to come to the show. So we obviously have farm toys from vintage and rare stuff to current production stuff, but there'll be old pressed steel pieces there. You get into the Tonka and the Nylint and the Smith Miller, to obviously a bunch of NASCAR stuff, to a lot of semis, including custom loads that people do, to construction toys, to memorabilia. There's just a lot of different stuff there. We have somebody, I think it just flashed across the screen, from US Born Books. She brings in books for kids that are pretty great books. I've actually bought a few myself for family members. There's Hot Wheels there. There's cars. There's trucks. There's just a little bit of everything. And, from year to year, it changes what people bring in. So it's kind of exciting to walk around and go, ooh, that's a cool piece. And see them walk out the door with people.
What kind of attendance do you get at an event like this, Tracy, on a normal or average year?
Usually we will see between, not including dealers and their families and so on, we'll usually see somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 people coming in, and that will depend somewhat on weather.
Yep.
But we always have a great time. Obviously, Saturday is our busiest day, which is why we're putting some of the RC stuff in on Saturday, and then some of it we're going to do on Sunday.
I like it. I like that addition of the RC side of it to show off some of the toys and to bring another group of people in. If anybody has any questions for Tracy, please type them in the comments. James, welcome to Let's Grow Pulling. Can you talk about your involvement in RC pulling and what the plans are this weekend at the toy show?
Yeah, be more than happy to. So as some of you know, I'm James with Glenwood RC Dirt Pullers. I started the Glenwood Club here just a couple of months ago, got into this RC dirt pulling about, 2 years ago when I was researching to have my custom RC built. And just happened one day to be on Facebook and seeing that Tracy had posted about the Iowa Toy Show coming up in Des Moines, and it's like, oh, that'd be interesting to go to and check out, and clicked on the link saying that I was going to attend, and then just happened to get started talking with Tracy about kind of what I do with the Glenwood RC Dirt Pullers, and telling her a little bit about what we all do. And we just kind of thought this would be something interesting to add to the toy show this year.
I think it'll be awesome. We went to one, there's a group up here in Wisconsin, James, called the Fox Valley RC Pullers, and we went to one of them, and I have one being built identical to my tractor, the Remedy, right now. It's completely done, except it's out of Octane ink. It's going to get the wrap just like the real tractor. So that's all that we're waiting on right now. So
yeah, I got to know Jason Irvine with Drunken Pumpkin.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go next.
Here a few years ago, and got talking with him when I was looking at having my RC tractor built, and asked him if it'd be all right if I modeled mine after his. So that's where you'll see the Drunken Pumpkin tribute to Jason Irvine.
So what class does that pull in that your tractor? Is it by weight? I can't remember.
We have several different classes going off of weight, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, stock, modified, super modified. There's even a class called the Diggers where they usually weigh, I believe, around 3 pounds. And gets pretty impressive as to what these little RC toys, if you want to call them that, can actually do and pull. Normally we pull on about a 40-foot dirt track, but this year, since we'll be at the fairgrounds next weekend, we're going to be doing it on AstroTurf and see how that works out. It'll
So
be kind
James,
of
if I have an RC puller and I want to pull this weekend, do I just show up at the toy show, or what time? Can you kind of go over some of that?
Sunday from, I believe it is
11 to 2.
11 to 2. Okay, thanks, Tracy. I couldn't quite remember off the
top
of my head. I was still thinking it was that noon to 2 like we had talked about in the beginning.
I have a copy of the schedule in front of me because I figured we'd get asked.
All right, thanks for having that.
No problem.
But yeah, from 11 to 2, we are going to do kind of a more competitive RC pull with some of the bigger RCs like mine. And Jeremiah Daniel Sutton's going to bring up several from Missouri, and he'll be there. He's with Hitchin' and Ditchin' RC Truck and Tractor Pulling Team. He also builds some chassis for some of our RCs. And he'll also be bringing up the bigger sled that we'll be using. We'll have 2 sleds, one for the smaller RCs to pull with, and then we'll have the bigger one like we normally use that ours will be pulling with, and that'll be one that he built, the larger one.
Nice. So Sunday's kind of the main day for competition then?
Sunday will be the main day for competition. Saturday, we're going to try to keep it more derived for the kids that'll be attending and give them a chance to kind of play around with it. When I started the Glenwood Club, I didn't want it to be where somebody seeing what we had and be like, oh, well, I got to go out and spend a ton of money to have a custom RC built to even want to be part of this. We wanted it where anyone, any age, doesn't matter if you have a $20 RC truck from Walmart or if you went out and spent a bunch of money and had a custom built one. we just wanted to make it where people could come, have fun, and have a great time and make a bunch of friends.
Yeah. So can we just put that up on the screen right now? Kind of the schedule. Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Demonstration of the full RC pull. 10:30 a.m. RC Arnold tractor competition for the kids. Demonstration of a full RC pull. You can kind of see it on the screen up there. Tracy, does it cost to get into the diecast show, or is it free admission? How does that work?
Okay, yes, there is a charge for the show. For adults, it's $5. For ages 13 to 17, it's $3, and ages 12 and under is free. We try and make it a very family-friendly event, which is part of why we decided to add in the competition for kids. I'm going to bring a couple of the just basic Ertl RC tractors that I have here so that kids don't have to bring in something that they can use. So I will bring that to the show. And during those times, if they don't have something that they can bring in themselves, they can use that equipment. So we just wanted to give the opportunity for all age groups to have a little fun with the RC competition.
Yeah. Chandler, leave that up on the screen while we're talking to Tracy and James here. We've got a few minutes left with them. Tracy, you mentioned earlier, you call it a diecast show. For somebody like me who doesn't know the difference between like a toy show and a diecast toy show, what is the definition of that?
Well, to me, and my store is called the Iowa Diecast Store. It is not just farm toys, because a lot of people think farm toys when they, think, diecast toys, but it's a lot more than that. In, the last several years, the increased interest in semis and construction equipment and the level of detail and that type of stuff has also seen a surge in collecting. And so I wanted everybody to have the opportunity to see just the really cool toys that are out there. Just some amazing detail in some of the toys that are brought in. And obviously to show there's stuff there that's appropriate to buy for children, but then there's obviously stuff that is definitely geared towards the adult collector. We have a little bit of everything at the show. And that's part of what's interesting, just having people come in and go, I drive one of those, and oh my God, that's so realistic looking. It's just kind of cool to see people's reaction to that type of thing. Or you have the kids who, Grandpa drives that tractor. I need that tractor. And so, just broadening it past just farm toys, it allows us to, showcase just so much of what's out there. Because you don't see a lot of these toys out in your mainstream stores. To see them, you either need to come into somebody's store like my own, or you need to go to a toy show like this to really see the breadth of what is out there.
Yeah. Again, if you're just joining us, the Pullers Championship live vote is happening now. Brent talked about that, and we'll circle back there in a few minutes once we finish our interview with Tracy and James. Again, this Saturday and Sunday in Des Moines, Iowa, at the Iowa State Fairgrounds, the 11th annual Iowa Diecast Toy Show. And James was talking about RC pulling is going to happen as well. And Chandler had that up there on the screen a little bit. If anybody's looking for information, I just put their Facebook page into the comments. It's super easy to find, Iowa Diecast Toy Show. Click on that. And they've been doing a really good job this week of putting all of the different photos up there and all the different vendors that are going to be there at the show this week. James, what kind of I guess turnout are you expecting for the RC pullers?
I'm hoping to have a pretty good turnout. I've been talking with quite a few people that have been reaching out on Facebook since I've been sharing the information and everything about the toy show coming up. And we're hoping between Saturday and Sunday to have between 30 to 40 competitors there with the bigger RCs pulling, and then we're hoping to have a good turnout between just people that want to come in, check it out, and the kids. So
awesome. Doug or Chandler, do you have any more questions for Tracy? Or
well, I was going to say, when we were at SEMA, Trax had a big RC display, and we spent some time and told some of the guys there, the designers or whatever you want to call them, about this. They don't know anything about it. So we sent some information that we had from the Fox Valley stuff, and I had some videos from Bowling Green and sent them. So they're interested if this would be something to take off.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be something that we can get going and get it to take off pretty good.
I think it's going to be a fun event. I can't wait to see all the different pullers come in and see the detail. I love custom work.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to go down there and just to have a good time. I've always gone to toy shows in the past, and to be able to go to this one and to be able to film it and just interact with everybody, at the toy show, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I do hear that I carry stickers every once in a while with me. So if you guys need a beer money sticker, or if there's any kids that are going to be doing the RC poll, you guys can come find me for a beer money sticker. So that's pretty much all I have.
Chandler, make sure you go live when you get there right away and let people know what's going on all weekend, because I think a live walk around there will do really, really well. So, Tracy, why don't you give us the 1 minute radio commercial, and then we'll let you go tonight.
Well, come on out to the Iowa Diecast Toy Show this weekend, January 7th and 8th at the Iowa State Fairgrounds in the Elwell building. We'll have dealers in from, I think this year it's 7 different states filling the building. We are going to be a full show. On Saturday, general admission is from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. On Sunday, admission is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Adults is $5. Kids 13 to 17 is $3. 12 and under is free. And then obviously, please take a look at our Iowa Diecast Toy Show Facebook page for the schedule and the rules that we have posted for the RC Pull events. I think we're going to have a lot of fun adding that event into our show.
I agree. Tracy, thanks for coming on tonight. James, thanks for coming on tonight. If you guys need anything,
thanks for having us.
If you guys need anything you want pushed out, just get a hold of Doug or Chandler, and you guys have a great night.
Okay.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
So I started the wrong live show tonight. It's on me. I started the Alan Washburn show. And because I was like, why are we not live on the Pullers Championship? And because I started the wrong show. This is what happens when I actually get ahead of once. I'm not even used to that. So it's that's my fault. That is my fault. So welcome, everybody. We're about 30 minutes into our show. We do this every Monday night. Today is the first show of the new year. We just talked with Tracy and John, right? Tracy and James from the Iowa Diecast Toy Show going on in Des Moines, Iowa this weekend at the State Fairgrounds. And there's going to be an RC pull as well. And then back to our world of truck and tractor pulling. We are super, super excited. Today kicks off the official fan vote. Brent, what kind of traffic are we seeing on the website currently?
A lot.
A lot.
So I can kind of give a little rundown here. So it's been just shy of 30 minutes, and once it reloads here, I can tell you how many. But yeah, there's a lot of people going to the website well before 8 o'clock. And I even mentioned that to our group that, so that's kind of cool to see that there's people anticipating or trying to get ahead of it. Did have one person find a workaround that I didn't realize that.
What?
Yeah, so if you searched fan voting on Google for the Pullers Championship, the page wasn't necessarily on any of the links, but it was still a live page. And I had already updated it, and one person was able to already vote like a couple hours ahead of time, which not the end of the world, but
way to go, nerd.
Yeah, we are at
you're a resident nerd.
We're approaching 250 votes already. So
that's awesome.
And last year in the first 4 hours, I believe it was 850-ish votes that we had in the first 4 hours. So it seems like we're already kind of on pace to go past that. So, which is cool. I feel like I want us to beat all of our records from last year, like most vote totals, everything. So I'm hoping that we can do that. And with a year under our belt, more people just know about it, and hopefully that reflects in the voting. So,
Leroy, Bruce, Cody, what do you get excited about with the fan vote? This is the second year of you guys seeing this and being part of this. I mean, what are your initial thoughts of the fan vote? I mean, we all have, what I love about having a big group of us like this on here is we all have a circle of different friends we kind of run with on social media, and our friends in the pulling world, because we all live in different parts of the country, different associations. What kind of buzz are you hearing? Go ahead and just, Leroy, why don't you just go first?
Well, I shared it privately with you guys last night when Brent sent out the total list of the fan votes. That Super Farm class and the 4-1 class, the Limited Pros, that's going to be insane. There are so many tough pullers in there, and of that fan vote, to whittle it down to 20, only selecting 4. Only 4 fan vote for the Super Farm and 4 fan vote for the 4-1s. That's going to be insane. I mean, this is going to be fun. And, you know, at 8 o'clock, people are already logged on and voting. Adam Wilson, you know, he's already voted. You know, here it's half hour into it, and you've already got 250 votes. Year 2 is going to be bigger than year 1, and it's just going to keep on growing. I do have a question though, Jason.
Yeah.
What did you do to your shirt? I mean, look at my shirt and Jason's shirt. Is it different lighting, or is it faded, or?
I got a new camera because I wanted to not be so far away like my other camera, but I'm not sure. But you're clearly, I'm not going to say better looking, Leroy, because that would be wrong. But I would say your shirt definitely looks better on you than it does on me. So that's all.
I was going to say Sarah was gone and he did laundry, and the bleach looks like the laundry detergent. So.
Right.
Yeah, going off of what Leroy said, so if you take out all the initial invites, it's roughly, there's going to be 4 tractors picked amongst about 170 Super Farms, 170 Limited Pros, and 5 4-wheel drives, and about 160 trucks. So it's going to take a lot to be in those top spots. So
I would say, Roos, what do you think? I mean, we changed. What did we do? What class did we add this year, guys? Roos, minis, Super Farm,
and Pro Mod 4-wheel drive.
What do you think that's doing to the interest of the class? I think the fact there are so many Super Farms and there are so many 4-wheel drive mods. I mean, and that's what didn't that kind of come from the surveys from last year, Yaron, that people wanted those classes?
So what we did is, obviously we had those surveys out last year, and we said that we wanted all the feedback from all the fans, all the pollers. We wanted to know what you like, dislike, what you want to change. And one of the things we asked is what classes you liked and what classes you would like to see. And there was a lot of interest for mini rod, Super Farms, and 4-wheel drives. And so we looked at those, and we looked at some of the classes that didn't have as much interest from the fans, and we decided to make some changes this year and see, you know, and just see how it goes. Being year 2, we just can't keep adding classes. So we had to replace some, and so we did that, and it seems like there's a lot of interest, especially the Super Farm class. I would say that's probably the number, polar wise, from what I've seen on social media, is the Super Farm class is probably like the most interested group of pollers that I've seen out there. So it's exciting to see. And no matter, currently we have 6 awesome Super Farms, all of them committed that were initially invited, and adding 4 more to that group is going to be a great class to watch. So looking forward to that. And I think that's just going to draw more interest for our event. I mean, a whole different group of pollers and fans. So it's going to be.
Bruce, what are you seeing out there on your social media and on your stream and your timelines and stuff like that about the event?
Actually, I'm a little disappointed in what I'm seeing, because I haven't seen anybody acting like a promoter. Not really. Let me bring this closer to me so you can see my giant bald head. If you want into this show, there's only so many spots. You better earn your way in. Be the promoter. Be the promoter we know you can be. Get out there and interact with your fans and get them to vote.
Brad has a comment on. Is anybody else? If anybody else is on the website right now voting, if they're having problems, let us know.
It's his
Brad,
tablet.
If it's his
tablet.
It's his tablet.
It's his tablet. I just typed it in.
Website's loading. Jot forms is still loading. So,
Brad, pay your internet bill.
Yeah,
that's how you fix this.
Well, he did buy a Corvette today. I saw his picture on Facebook. So
I thought he was foregoing Facebook for the year. Just saying. After his last post, type of thing.
Hey, Leroy, did Illinois win in football today? I have no idea.
Nope.
They didn't. I'm not going to. Leroy, I'm not. Leroy, I seriously had no idea at all. So
Did
Iowa
Purdue
thumped
win?
on Kentucky. Iowa thumped on Kentucky. That's all.
Penn State won.
Okay.
Purdue got their ass handed to them.
By who?
LSU.
Okay. So the Big Ten
That's
do
what I
okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
you know, in the college football semifinals, you know, that not so good with Michigan losing and Ohio State losing, but here today we can say hail to the orange, hail to the blue. At least we didn't get beat by 50 by LSU.
Adam, did Michigan win? Cody, year number 2 for you. You did not grow up in the sport of truck and tractor pulling like the rest of us on this screen. What does this Pullers Championship mean to you? What are you seeing on your social media? That kind of stuff. What are you hearing? What are you seeing?
This year's I haven't seen a whole lot because I haven't had time to really be on social media today. But what I feel like the fun part is again, like Leroy said, is you've only got a few spots open, and off what Ryan says is you got to kind of promote, and that was really unique and fun last year of seeing the creative ways. One of the ones that comes to mind is My6, High Hopes, and how they promoted it and doing that. Like, be creative, have fun with it, and get everyone.
Use your dogs.
Yes,
Dogs get votes.
Dog. But like, have fun with it. I mean, that's the goal. Is to get out there and interact with the fans. A lot of places, pullers have fan pages, and they may post a couple times a year, and that's it. We work in the social media world. There is an algorithm. Consistent posting does help the algorithm. So get in there and vote often. Like Brent said, you can vote once a day. But encourage your fans to vote every single day. So for me, that's the fun portion, and seeing what everyone can do with that aspect.
Well, that's what's fun about social media, Cody, and you hit that perfectly. Like your Facebook friends that you have, like Jeremy Roberts is one of mine. I've been seeing him pushing his Super Farm hard. Mark is pushing the Red Line Fever for the light, Digging Fever for the light class. I've seen that pretty hard go out there, and that should make Adam Wilson happy, because he wants to see a diesel super against the Alkies. I need Leroy and Charles to have some villains, if you will, to be able to play it up from the announcer stand a little bit. I mean, I've already warned Travis and Doug, and Doug Meisinger versus the world and the diesel super thing, because I don't know if half the pulling world even heard of Doug Meisinger and Scrappy until the Pullers Championship last year. Then he rolls in and
they knew about him afterwards, didn't they?
Yeah. He rolls in and beats the best diesel supers in the country. I mean, by far, nobody can argue with you. The best diesel supers in the country run with the NTPA Grand National. I mean, that's not even being mean. I think everybody accepts that. That's where the toughest competition is, week in and week out. And for Doug to come in and bang them out Friday and Saturday, and then you guys remember Louisville a couple years ago. It's probably been 4 or 5 years ago now, but the duel of the fuels, right? Because otherwise, Louisville is always awesome. But, man, that really gave it a buzz again, something to talk about. And hopefully we have that. We're going to be able to do that as well as we see it. It'll be kind of fun to when it all kind of comes together. Brent, can you, for those people maybe are just jumping on right now, can you talk about the fan vote and when it started at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time? When does this session or round of voting end?
Yep. So this will end on January 15th, 11:59 p.m. Central Time, so midnight. And then we will take a week. What we're going to do, we did it last year, is we want our top 20. We want to be able to reach out and verify that we're going to have 20 invites that are going to commit if they get voted in on the second round. So we're going to reach back out and make sure that we got 20, and we're just going to go down the list from the fan voting round 1. Once we compile those lists, Monday, I forget the date already, the 23rd, on Let's Go Polling on here, we will announce who got in, and we will also start round 2 of voting. Then from there, you'll have 2 weeks till the 6th or the 5th of February at 11:59 p.m. We will close round 2, and then from there we will take a week. And on the 13th of February, on Let's Go Polling Live again on here, we will then announce who got in through the second round of fan voting. That's going to fill out our classes. And we will give them time to commit. If there is somebody that no longer then is able to commit, we do have those top 20. So we'll just move down the list until we fill out the classes. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. Again, you can vote once per day. And yeah, you just vote for who you want to see there. You can vote each class on the form. Will say how many you can vote per class. So like Super Farm, it's 4. Super Stock Diesel Trucks is 7. Mini Rods is 10. So it's just different per class. You do not have to vote for one in each class, but you can vote however you want. And again, once per day. You'll just have to put in your name and email address, and you're done.
Yeah. Travis Schlabach says, Scrappy, I'm coming for you. Laugh out loud. Looking forward to no, he's actually coming for you, Doug. That's his. Travis is being humble right now. He wants the Grand National Champion wants a piece of that yellow Moline out there. I think that's going to be fun. That's going to be one of the biggest storylines we have as promoters of this event. Again, our job is to promote this event and pack the stands and get sponsors. If you saw our post last week, the PPL last year we decided to buy the insurance on our own, and that was a rookie mistake because that cost us like $15,000. We had already talked with some associations, and because of the relationship that Brad Holzhauer has with the PPL, with having events there currently, and Brad is the track owner, and at the end of the day, Brad has all of our backs. He chose to go with PPL again, so PPL is gonna they have our insurance, and they're teching our show and they're flagging our show, very similar to what the PPL did at the Mack Trailer Winter Nationals last March in Louisville, Kentucky. This is still an independent event. All the same rules, but we needed some help with some insurance, and we needed some help with teching. We found out we're not quite as smart as we thought we were. We humbly could say that. And everybody on the screen, we have 2 jobs: to get sponsors and to pack the stands. Because none of us were happy with the overall attendance last year. It was our first year, blah blah blah, but we don't care. We think we're putting on one hell of an event, and we think the whole world wants to see it. And it's our job to do that. Again, we're raising sponsorship to cover all of the fixed costs. Every dollar from the live stream and the gate goes back to the pullers. That's where we think this has potential to be over time. Within 5 years, we think we could grow us into something very, very, very special, and that people would park the planter for a couple of days for a chance to go win some big money. That's kind of all of our little internal chat when we talk around and different things like that. Doug Borth, you've been around pulling a long time. It's your full-time job now with us at the Beer Money Pulling Team. What do you like about this event?
It's unique. I mean, it's the only place other than Louisville you're going to be able to get the associations to come together, or participants from all the associations to participate in one event. You know, that's kind of what everybody wants. As a promoter before, I wanted the best of the best. So now the groundwork is laid for that to happen here.
Nope, well said. Martin, with the Red Line Fever team, says Colin, he will be when he gets to drive it. There was a little, Colin Burkholdt says Joe Dakenhart wasn't enthused when the freshly painted 460 was getting lined up for the light class. That's a plug to vote for Diggin' Fever from them. I'm not saying that. I'm not playing favorites. Yeah, I am. Hell yeah, I want to see Esden Lane, both of Esden Lane's tractors there. I'd be able to.
Why not Diggin' Hard too? We could have 2 diesels in that class.
Did they
are going to be pulling heavy from now on.
Okay.
So, but they are in because they pulled in the class last year. So, if they were to get voted in, it'd be up to them if they wanted to. But
are we allowed? Okay, so the 85 Limited Pro was all promoter choice by Holzhauer. The Diesel Supers, is that all promoter choice? How can you guys kind of talk about the classes that are not on the fan vote? One of you guys, please talk about that so everybody understands what we're doing.
Paul, go ahead.
Brent, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Yeah, so 85 Limited Pros. That was Brad sat down and picked out 10 tractors that he wanted to see there. Obviously, ties to 618 Motorsports, so he wanted 618 vehicles there, as well as he looked at some of the champions and some of the, those tractors that have run really well over the season. Maybe they don't run for points championships, but they just kind of pick and choose and do well. So he compiled 10 tractors, and they all committed, so they are all registered and ready to go. if there is somebody that backs out, we'll just we'll find another one. There's plenty of them around, so we will have no issues there.
Hey, Brent, one quick second. Hey, guys, Charles isn't on the show right now. His router crashed. He's trying to get back on. I just want everybody to know that because Charles is on here every Monday night, like a good priest should be, a good polling priest. And he did message us that his router crashed. Okay, next class.
Diesel Supers. That one, again, like last year, is a promoter's choice class as well. We currently have 4 that are registered for that class. And we do have a couple more that verbally committed. Just need to get them to register, and those will be posted as.
Don't we have 10? Don't we pretty much have 10 committed?
We have 10 in each class.
Yes.
What?
There's 10, 10 pullers in
No,
each
we
class.
have 10 that, we have 10 that have expressed interest.
Oh, yeah.
A
So
lot
right
of them-
now we have 10 that have expressed interest. So we're just waiting for them to either register or, maybe they come back and say, we're not going to have parts or, be able to get together. Then we'll move on from there. So, but we've had more than outside the 10 that have been interested as well. We've had a couple reach out asking about it. So it's great that we're able to have, diesel supers that want to be there. As I think everybody in the world loves diesel supers. Another class that is promoter's choice is the super semis. This year we're going to try shooting for 10 of them. We have 4 currently registered, and we have another 6 that are interested. A lot of it has to deal with just they need to make sure that they can get parts and be together. They're also going to see what happens with the truck show as well. As right now, I don't think there's been an official announcement that there is going to be a poll at the truck show. So I know some are waiting on that. And then the last class last year was fan voted class was the mods. This year we decided to change it to promoter's choice, as we feel it was best to give them a lot of them a heads up that we want them there, and that gives them time to get things ready and together. A lot of them were kind of like struggling last minute to get parts and different things like that. And so hopefully just being ahead of it a little bit more that we can get them. So we have 4 right now that are registered, and we have like another 4 that are interested as well. And then a couple more that we've reached out to, and they're thinking it over, and then they'll get back to us. So just be on the lookout for more posts on the promoter's choices as they come in. So,
and again, this is from Friday night.
Safe to
go ahead, Rice. Sorry, buddy.
And it's safe to say that they're not all Gene Dunn semis from in the semi class. Just making sure.
As right now, it's 2, but he said that he will bring the other 2. So worst case scenario, we do have 4 Gene Dunn semis there. But,
he'll buy more.
He'll buy more.
Yep, and he does have a 5th one, but again, that one definitely won't be done for the Polaris Championship. But we do have some pretty heavy hitters that are interested in the class. So hopefully, all the stars align and they all can be there, and we're just going to keep playing it day by day. So again, just stay tuned to anything on the website and Facebook page is official. Anything outside there is not. So
can I throw out that I can be bought for if you want me to vote for your tractor, because there's a lot. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Yes, there are a lot, and I will tell you, putting together that super farm list was a lot of work.
I imagine it
out
was.
east, they all combine that class, and trying to figure out which ones are mod turbos and limited pros and light pros and whatever they call them out there, because they all have their own set of rules. A lot of A pump guys. It was kind of tough because if you watch the video, they almost all sound the same, and so I talked a lot with Wyatt Schulte. He knows a lot more of those guys than I do, so he's able to help me with that class. And yeah, it's the same even with the 4-wheel drive, because there's a lot that are 500 cubic inches that'll step up in that class. And not saying that we don't want those guys to pull with us, but when we're allowing unlimited cubic inches, like the PPL rules and the outlaw rules, it's a lot to compete with those guys. So
Again, if you're just joining us, first of all, this video is Friday night diesel super stocks at the Pullers Championship last year number 1. Secondly, the reason we wanted all the top 3 or the top 2, or however we picked the classes to register by the end of the year, because we want to give you fans a list of what you're going to see. When you go to the farm show, you know what you're going to see, right? You jump on the old NFS website, click on there, and you know what you're going to see. The same thing is what we want here. Again, because our dream is for this to become an outdoor Louisville. The Louisville type of vehicles on a big outdoor long track. And we do it in May, as close to the Grand National or the Champions Tour season or whatever they're going to call it, or the Outlaw schedule. We don't want to get on top of any one of those. So everybody's getting ready for the season. This is a chance for them to come out and test their rides out against the best of the best. And I think we're already doing it. And what I don't know, for those of you that are watching the show right now, have you voted already? And what classes? That's the first question. Have you voted? Because you can vote once a day. And the second question is, what classes are you most excited to see at the Pullers Championship in year number 2? And then for those of you that, maybe this is the first you're kind of hearing about this event or stuff like that, we went down to 10 entries per class. We really want to keep this a 4-hour or less show, because every single one of us have been doing this show for many, many years, and we've been talking about the fans and sitting in the stands, and everybody can only handle a 3 or 4 hour show. And that's our goal for you. And then one more thing, you can see in this video, we have big grandstands behind you. We are not going to run out of room. If we ever run out of room, Brad Holzhauer will make sure we never run out of room ever again. So we have the best promoter in the world that has our back, and he's welcoming all of you polling fans, the entire polling world, to Nashville, Illinois, to the track at Holzhauer's. I mean, they've already made improvements. Paul, if you want to talk about the improvements they've made from last year to this year, that would be amazing.
Well, so just kind of going back, Friday night of last year, we were kind of caught off guard. We've all been around pulling for a long time, and we were kind of starstruck that we were able to get these people there. And Friday night, from a show's perspective, was not great. We learned a lot Friday night. We improved upon it Saturday night, and that leads into the discussion that we were talking about earlier with the PPL. Brad's got a long-standing relationship with them, and we identified things. We had a wrap-up show after the show was over, like a week after. We all got together on a Zoom call or whatever, and we talked about things that needed to change for next year. And that's what the Pro Pulling League is going to help us do. They're going to help us with making sure that the staging runs smoother. And a lot of the stuff that they're going to help us with is stuff that was identified by the pullers and or the fans that we want to try to do. And Brad is no different. He will make changes however we need to. He's been working on the facilities. They've talked about the track itself. From a puller's perspective, even little things, the semis, Ryan DeBrew at the end of the show, I was talking with Roos and Ryan at the end of at the starting line, and there was a little bit of a hump right there to get up to the track. And if you know anything about Ryan's truck, it sits fairly low on the front end, and he's like, I can't really manage that. That little hump is gone. It's a flat level surface. Now Brad has added a new building there for the business. But last year we had a little bit of a dust issue. The gravel rolling through right there, in front of the 618 shop, you get the haulers running through there, and you get, everybody running through there. Was a little bit of a dust issue. We were having to run the water truck a lot. That is all now oil and chip. There will not be a dust issue there this year. As far as like scale pads and stuff like that, moving things around to make the shows flow better. Not only does he do this one, he will also do a Pro Pulling League event and potentially others in the summer. And he is always looking to improve upon whatever he can. The announcer stand, I think they're going to make some changes with it this year. And if they identify something, it might not happen this year just due to a timing issue, but it's on the list of things to be changed for next year. So a lot of great excitement around the facility. We're already working with the facility there with Kerry and with Dirk to try to get some things planned out. One of the things that, if from the puller's perspective, of course, our goal is to make this the largest possible payout in pulling history. We know it's not going to happen, in the first year or whatever, but 100% of the gate goes to the pullers, 100% of live stream revenue, and any sponsorship over and above our fixed cost goes to the pullers. Well, one of the things that we'd kind of talked about was, that's for 2 nights of pulling. And last year, if you doubled up, the winners took home, some of the winners took home $4,900. So we're already on par with, what a national organization will pay out. But one of the things that we talked about this year was we thought, well, what if you win on Friday night? Is there something we could do? And as of actually New Year's Eve, we were able to secure a sponsorship. All classes will have a $500 Friday night winners bonus. So if you for some reason win Friday night and you don't finish cumulative high enough to take the win, you're still going to get a good payout. Well, you're going to get $500 for winning on Friday night. And Lori Neerman of the Lutz Agency has stepped up, and she said, I want to sponsor. And I said, well, we want something that benefits all classes. They have a great insurance company there in Nashville, have been a huge supporter of pulling in general, whether it be on the state level or on, the national level there at the track at Holzhauer's. Lori stepped up and said, I will sponsor. And the Lutz Agency is going to give $500 to each winner of each class on Friday night for the win. So trying to do some things like that to help, just get a little more money in these pullers' pockets. I mean, you look at the tractor. I know this tractor on the screen right now very well. I know what it takes to put a tractor together like that. I'm doing it right now. It's very expensive to run a multi-engine mod or a diesel super or anything that goes down the track for that matter. And anything we can do to get some money back into the pullers' hands, that's the one thing that, pulling, I think, has kind of, really lacked in, is that the cost of these vehicles keep going up, but the payouts don't really follow. And that's what we want to do. The pullers are the show. We want to get as much money into the pullers' hands as we possibly can. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we do that. So that's my spiel.
Leroy, as an announcer of this great event, what's it like? Because you normally announce your ITPA and your PPL stuff, and you kind of follow those clubs. What's it like? Is it like going to the Midwest Winter Nationals again, and it's a buffet of names, or what's it like announcing an event like that?
First of all, let me go back to what Paul was talking about. If anyone last year was their very first visit to the track at Holzhauer's, you should have seen what it was like, and Paul can talk about this too, what it was like 4, 5, 6 years ago. Brad Holzhauer every year makes improvements to that facility. Whether it's pouring more concrete to add more permanent bleachers. Last year, the 2 major things was obviously the sound system. He came up to me at DuQuoin at the Southern Illinois Indoor Nationals, which unfortunately we're not having this year. He came up to me in DuQuoin in March and said, "You're going to love me come May." And I said, "Why is that?" And he said, "I spent," and I think the number was $22,000, because I just spent $22,000 on a new sound system. They're going to be able to hear you and Charles at the Pullers Championship in May. So he invested in a new sound system prior to the TPC last year. Before, the barriers along each side was basically road construction, concrete barriers where you bring them in with a hi-ho or whatever. He poured about 4 foot high concrete walls down both sides of the tracks, obviously for safety reasons. But as far as it's not like the Midwest Winter Nationals, because I think the Midwest Winter Nationals, Ryan Zolig just put out today, I think there's going to be 28 states, 30 states, and some pullers there from Canada. What you got coming to the Pullers Championship, everybody should know every one of these pullers. It is basically the cream of the cream. It is the best of the best. I mean, it's phenomenal. Now, granted, some people may have not known who Scrappy was last year, Doug Meisinger. And I think a lot of us on this crew would agree that there were some people giving us a little bit of feedback before the inaugural Pullers Championship about having some of the Outlaw competitors there. Outlaw, OTTPA, they held their own and more if everyone would agree last year. You know, not only Doug Meisinger scrappy, but also Don Nelson with Whippet also. Outlaw was very well represented last year. But no, as far as the names, I mean, everyone should recognize 95% of the names that are going to be there this year.
Agreed. Well said. Tucker was going to come on and talk about Midwest Winter Nationals tonight a little bit after 9, but he can't make it on tonight. He just texted me. So, Brent, do you kind of want to go back? Roos, are you going to have barbecue stand there? Will Roos be having a barbecue stand there? That must be because of your brisket pizza, Ryan?
No, there will be none of that.
Okay.
You guys don't understand. Those smokers weigh like 300 and 500 pounds. They're awful hard to move. But Russ still wants, his plate of leftovers, and he's not going to get a plate of leftovers. He's got to come to Des Moines for that.
Russ, make the drive.
Yeah, Cody's had it. Cody had it on New Year's Eve. We did a brisket pizza for New Year's Eve.
It's worth it. I drove 2 hours, Russ. It's worth it.
Tucker said, I'm getting ready to get hit by a hurricane. Laugh out loud, and my internet is really crappy right now. Are they getting bad weather in Illinois?
It's starting to rain. There's some rain coming through.
Seriously.
Yep. It's been
You guys,
like 15.
you guys have it all. The best taxes, the best football team. The Bears are awesome.
Hey,
I mean,
Schultz,
you got a lot going for you.
before we play this video, what we should do is let's have you go on the website and just do a vote, just so people can see what it is. And just to update, in the first hour, we had 515 votes. To compare that to last year, we had 850 votes in the first 4 hours.
We're going to break a record.
I will honestly say I was overconfident last year on what we were able to do. I'm disappointed in the turnout of fans at the event. It's motivated the holy heck out of me to motivate the holy heck out of all of you, our team that puts us on, as well as turning the pullers into promoters. But I really like the class changes we made. I think we will mix it up every year, guys. I think we've kind of, basically what the fans want to do. But I think the super farms, the 4x4 mods, and the minis, guys, are really it's hard. It's so hard to cut out a class and add a class, but we can't have.
If we could, we honestly wish we didn't have to drop any classes. We just added those classes and more. But obviously we can. There was a lot. We got a lot of feedback for a lot of different classes. And
anybody who's ever been a promoter, and many of you have on this show, or you've been involved in a pull, you get everybody texting you saying, "Add my class, add my class, add my class," and it's just so hard to do that. And at the end of the day, we're doing the best we can with the time frame we have, and we have big dreams, guys. And truly, that if you build it, they will come. If you guys come, we'll build it. With Holzhauer, the sky's the limit, but we have to have the crowd. We have to have the crowd. Without the crowd, not one of us down the left side of your screen has the cojones to do much more. But I think we were all humbled last year a little bit. And hey, we pulled this off, but it wasn't as good as I thought. The payout wasn't there because the crowd wasn't there. And I think we all kind of been refocused, including myself, on let's be realistic and let's just put on good shows year after year after year. But when you see the list of names of the pullers that are coming, it's awesome. So right now, I am at thepullerschampionship.com. It's that simple. You click on fan vote. And you hit start. And this picture is from Cody's drone last year that's in the background. And Holzhauer still wants to buy that photo, Cody. Or not buy it. You're going to get that for him. We're going to figure that out. So
that works.
Today's date. My name, Mason Schultz.
yeah, so I also just looked at, so for round 2 of voting in the first 4 hours, we were at 1,506 votes. So even with the second round, because obviously after the first round, there's a lot more people that knew about it. We gained during that first round of voting last year. I remember we gained a lot of new followers on our page.
It takes 30 minutes to go through all the super farms. Holy crap. Are they in alphabetical order, or is there a...
No, so that was one thing that we changed last year, because there were people that they didn't know that they had, like, that they couldn't, or they could just leave it blank if they didn't want to vote for somebody. So they were just clicking on like the first ones that were popping up. And so we changed it to randomize. If you're on a computer, you can do a Control F and you can just search for who you want. Otherwise, you just have to be patient. Bruce.
Slow down, nerd.
Okay, so this is not gonna count as a real vote. Brent's gonna delete this. I'm just gonna go on and just click the first ones I see. But it's gonna change every time, right?
Well, yeah, you're already way past because it says please choose up to 4 tractors.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
so
you
then
can
you can
see
see
at
at the
the
bottom
bottom.
down there where it's
Who said squirrel? Who said squirrel?
We said 4.
Well, did you say it, Cody? I can make you go away.
That's still 5.
Squirrel.
Super farm tractors. So I chose 4. Kids are dicks.
And then Limited Pros is the same, so it's 4. Colin, that would be a really good idea, having a search bar option. But Jot Forms, if you suggest anything to them, they say that they're going to forward it on to their coding team or whatever, and they never implement it. So I've been trying for over a year for something, and they haven't done it yet.
So we can pick 8 Pro Stocks. We can pick 8 Light Supers.
And I will say, in fairness to the Jot Form coding team, the change that Brent has requested is that it becomes now Brent Form.
Yeah.
So I can see why they're reticent.
Hey, Jot
to do
Forms
that.
is not cheap, not in the slightest. We need to have the top level package before you go to a custom package, and it's $1,200 a year. So,
Oof. I was just giving you shit.
but and again, you do not have to vote in each class. You can vote for 1. You can vote for so like the minis, you can vote for 5, or you can just leave it blank and only just go to the one class that you want to vote for, or the one person that you want to vote for. It's all up to you. So it'll just yell at you if you vote for too many. And again, you can only vote once. So if Schultz were to go through that whole process again, it would tell him that you've already voted. So if you
And
just wanna put
one
in-
thing I do
Unless
want
he
to
used a different email address.
Now it's IP, isn't it?
Is it different? Is it by email address or IP address, Brent?
Well, so I could block it by IP address, but there's multiple people in a household. But I can easily tell if you're abusing it. And I will. Last year I did go through and I deleted all. When you were, I know that you don't have 40 different people in a household per day.
Hey, Brent, it's letting me vote again.
It will go all the way through until you hit submit.
That's kind of a dick move.
Hey, tell Jot Forms that.
I think you should just take credit for that one, Brent. I'm just saying.
One thing I want to mention to the pullers while Jason's dicking around here. Last year, one of the things that was talked about was the fact that the order was the same on both nights. This year, we're going to change that up. So if you're the first night on one track, you will not be that position. That class will not be that position the next night. We're going to switch it up a little bit. That was one thing that some of the pullers in the early classes wanted to have a little more time. So we are changing that this year.
So there is your, that's a block you from doing that. So fair enough. And thank you for saying that, Paul. That's good. That's good information. Good information. So.
Another thing, if anybody knows any sponsors or potential sponsors that would be interested in sponsoring this event,
Call me.
reach out. Any one of us. Doug is he's the one that we're trying to get for some class sponsorships. So we're trying to get class sponsors in each class this year. And we're going to do everything we can to do it. We're also going to try getting a title sponsor again as well. So, but we do have multiple different levels. So go into our website, you'll be able to see the different packages on there. And we also do custom packages. So if there's something on there that you want to add into something, don't hesitate, reach out to us and we'll accommodate in any way we can. And we're just trying to get as much sponsorship as possible to be able to cover all of our fixed costs, and anything left over just gets put right into the purse for the pullers. So the more, the better.
There's our class sponsor for $5,000. Here's what you get. And if any of you have any ideas out there, if you want to do a higher dollar amount, or just, we're all in this together. We're trying to cover our fixed costs so we can give it all back to the pullers. So if anybody has any ideas like, hey, I'm willing to do this, or I'm willing to do this, or I want to sponsor this, just get a hold of one of us. And we all have a chat that we vote on everything as a quorum. We have to have a majority to win on something like that. So please throw your ideas out there. And life is good. Life is good, good, good. With an elite level sponsor, an event sponsor, and it's super easy. And we're all just, the easiest thing to do is just go to the Pullers Championship Facebook page and type that in there and shoot us a message on there. We all watch that every day. So give us another voting update, Brent.
I'm gonna do a little refresh, and in the last 10 minutes, we've gotten gotta do math, 75 votes. So
nice. Well, let's we'll circle back to this at the very end, but I want to talk about the Midwest Winter Nationals a little bit. Coming up next week, Wednesday night of the test passes, and you guys, it's whatsmoking.net. I'll put that website.
yeah, I think another thing we should touch base on quick too is Kentucky Invitational is also this weekend.
Okay, yeah.
Arena.
Hold on. Let me get that up. What's that on Facebook, guys?
TNT Truck and Tractor Pull, I believe, is the page.
Also, while on that same note, coming up real shortly in another month, we've got the Southern Motorsports Invitational in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Can we go in order? Paul, can we go in order? Please. You're messing with me.
No, because you're too busy dicking around doing that. I'm just mentioning it.
Wow. There's a lot of, I've been using the D word a lot tonight on the show, guys. So.
Well, it's because you've been D'ing off a lot.
Wow.
Here, I'm going. I can see it.
Huh? Where are you going?
Oh, I figured you'd throw me in jail.
Nope.
D.
Nope. I thought I have a. I'm maturing. I'm maturing. That's my goal for 2023.
New year, new you, huh?
Yep. New year, new me. So this is the poster for this weekend, right? Yeah. The 2023 Kentucky Invitational Truck and Tractor Pull. This must be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So they have Thursday night at 7, Friday night at 7, Saturday at 11 a.m., Saturday night at 7 p.m. Let me find some pictures. Here's a nice little poster they put together. We have to interview that Why Not van some night. That thing's so cool. So again, that's this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the Kentucky Invitational, TNT Truck and Tractor Pull. I'll put that link in the right now in the comments for you. Brad Sturgeon says main flyer is at the very top of the page. Well, thank you, sir. Let me find that. There it is. Boom. Sorry, guys. Thursday at 7. 10,000-pound hot farms Thursday night, super modified two-wheel drives, super stock 4x4s, Pro Street two-wheel drives. Friday night at 7, 2630 diesel trucks, light limited super stock tractors, super modified two-wheel drives, super modified four-wheel drives, Pro Street semi-trucks Friday night. Saturday at 11, Pro Street minis, trucks, hot rod tractors, small block 4x4 trucks. And then Saturday night finals, 10,000-pound hot farms, 2630 diesel trucks, light limited supers, super mod two-wheelers, super mod four-wheelers, Pro Street two-wheel drive, super stock 4x4, and the Pro Street semi-trucks. It's TNT Truck and Tractor Pull.com is the website you can find all of that information. So And I think that event is always well attended. I've seen some good pictures of the attendance. So that is it. All Tech Arena, is that the one it's at, guys?
Yep.
Yeah. The horse park. Who's been there? Paul, have you been down there?
Have not.
I always thought you went down there with Bernie.
No, that's Murfreesboro.
Oh, okay, my bad. Here is the Midwest Winter Nationals coming up the following week. Wednesday night is the our test passes. That's for the pullers only. Then the public sessions are Thursday, 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. And there kind of is your breakdown for that. And I've been watching the Facebook page for What's Smoking. Yes, you can buy tickets at the gate. That seems to be a really common question, or at the door for this event. But 11 a.m. Eastern on Thursday. Here's all the classes: mini rods, pro farms, hot farms. What was that graphic that Zolik had out today?
Yeah, the competitors from each state. Wisconsin's number 1.
Brag about it.
Okay. But yeah, I was talking to Ryan about it, and so they do have 3 Canadian pullers coming now. There's 3 mini rods. One's a turbo mini, or 2 of them are. So that'll be, I think there's 18 of those, of the small block blown minis and turbo minis.
That's what Leroy alluded to earlier.
What's up with the California and Arizona? Anybody know?
Super Farm.
California is Brent. How do you say his last name?
Chipperoni.
Chippenary.
Chippenary. Some of that. Yeah, and then Jay Butson is technically resides in Arizona these days.
Gotcha. So this is a great event. And the mini rods have really made that fun. Mini rods indoor you never know what you're going to see. So, and Tucker has a way of building tracks that break stuff. Unfortunately, if you're the puller, fortunately, if you're the fan. So that's cool. But if anybody has questions on that, go to What's Smoking Promotions on Facebook, whatsmoking.net. And then the following week is they're having an indoor pull in Lebanon, Missouri, that's focused purely on gas trucks, mini rods, and they are allowing Alki light supers in. I can't type promotion.
Light limited supers.
Light limited supers. Thank you, Douglas.
Mini rods and garden tractors.
So Saturday during the day and night is the mini rods and the garden tractors only. The other Thursday night, Friday night, and then all day Saturday are the 2-wheel drive trucks, 4-wheel drive trucks, stuff like that. We're helping promote that as well. But WW Promotions is their website and their Facebook page for all of you in Lebanon, Missouri. And then Zelwood, Florida is February 3rd and 4th, and that's Florida Pullers. So a lot of stuff going on, guys. There was a time where pulling was pretty quiet. I don't feel like there's much of an off season anymore. Maybe December, if anything. But it's all good in the hood. It is all good in the point, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much from here until close to the end of, pretty much end of March now. There is almost something every weekend.
Yep, something to do. And of course, the National Farm Machinery Show is coming up, and there's a huge announcement coming up. There's going to be a puller RSVP party Thursday afternoon, a puller happy hour with a big announcement for the sport of truck and tractor pulling. It has nothing to do with PPL, guys. It's something bigger than that. I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and nobody, even these guys on the show don't even know what it's about. I haven't even told Doug or anybody. But it's something awesome, amazingly awesome. That's going to bring more eyeballs and more sports to the ever. And I know I'm a hype guy and I'm a BSer, as Roos calls me. But in all seriousness, this is something huge for the sport of truck and tractor pulling, and they want to roll it out.
When did I call you that?
Oh, I just assumed. So.
Chapter and verse, please. You can worry. I'll wait.
But in all seriousness, it's something. It's amazing, and when you hear it, you're going to be like, "Holy crap! And it's something you kind of can't even imagine. So, but that's it. So that'll be announced. They're going to roll it out to the pullers. They're having a happy hour Thursday afternoon in Louisville at the hotel right across the street. Next week, we're going to put out all the sign up for that for the pullers, and the puller will get one one pass per vehicle because the room will only hold 350 people. But there's a big announcement coming up at Louisville that's going to be good for all of us and for all of polling. The NTPA, Outlaws, everybody. It's going to be awesome. So, is Mike Evans doing okay? Did he sell his Mini? I know he was like,
nope, he's
the
pulling
bad.
and he's pulling next weekend. Yep.
That's going to be crazy.
But yeah, it is still for sale. I forget. He's around 40,
Yeah.
35, 40,000, something like that.
Adam Wilson, looking forward to ship. Be my first Midwest Winter Nationals. The Schulte boys were in Richland Center today. We were talking about social media. It was good to see Morgan and Wyatt and Gary. They came up this morning. Tillman, you're going to be there, I'm assuming. So, Leroy, that's a funny text.
Can we all just take a second and congratulate Adam? It only took him 15 freaking years to get to a Midwest Winter Nationals.
It's because he's busy going everywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Adam, looking forward
You can
to
read
seeing
me
you, buddy.
if you want, Jason.
What's that, bud?
I said you have permission to share my text to you if you want.
So Leroy just texted me. The last huge pull announcement was PPL at Summit Motorsports Park. That went over like a fart in church. So there you go. So has there been something else coming up? Brent, you had some video up recently of Norwalk, or who did? Did you do that? Or pictures? Was there an announcement or anything like that, guys? I can't remember.
Not as far as I've heard.
They released Norwalk released their schedule for racing, and basically there's no room for a pull in there, is what the post that I saw. But there was like 2 weekends or something, and I don't remember exactly how it was worded, but basically somebody's trying to say they don't have room for a pull this year. So who knows?
Okay.
Right. That was pretty much discussed at Louisville at the PPL banquet that we would not be going back to Norwalk this year or in 2023.
Yeah,
Speaking of Louisville banquet, there was a lot of excitement from the four-wheel drive guys, Steve Clem, so forth and so on, about being added to the Polars Championship.
Awesome.
Yep.
Very, very excited to have their class added.
That's cool. And then Wyatt Schulte, again, yeah, Adam, you do an amazing job on social media, buddy. You are a stud on all the platforms. You have 140,000 YouTube subscribers. That's amazing. A team of him and his wife and a cell phone. Well, it's not his, but I saw a post that he just started editing on Adobe in the last couple months. So he does a great job
on a laptop. He still hasn't gone to the good side of Adobe.
You'll get him there, Brent.
One day.
Funny thing is, I don't think he needs much help. His stuff is awesome. Funny thing is, Ram Tool's way closer to me, and I never could make it. You know, the old Gordyville, if you can say what you want, it's a dusty old horse bar, but man, there's a lot of good memories there. So, yeah, I think okay, Adam, because I consume all your content. Yeah. Maybe you've posted some stuff recently.
I know him. Yeah, him and Jesse's is from up above like the media center. So
Jesse's going to. I talked to Post this week. He's going down to Lexington. I'm pretty sure. This week.
Yep. He's going to Lexington and he's going to Midwest Winter Nationals.
I'm trying to get him and Adam to Richland Center for a day or two to spend some time with us. And Jesse was going to talk to Adam about that. So I've left you 2 voicemails, but being you're watching the show tonight, do I have the right number, Adam? Should I give your cell phone number out? Let me check Adam Wilson.
Adam, I screen his phone calls too. It's okay.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Adam Wilson. They go straight to voicemail, Adam. Do you have me blocked like a spammer? Let's see here. Adam, 765-376-6268. Anybody wants to call the stud, Adam Wilson himself, please type that in there. So that'd be good. He probably just quit watching the show, so it's all good. Brent, give us another update on our fan voting for day 1 per hour and 23 minutes.
We are at 673 total votes.
Okay.
And they keep coming in, so just keep voting. Get everyone, all your friends, families, enemies, neighbors, everyone. Get them voting, and it's your only opportunity at this point now to be able to compete.
I don't feel bad. He doesn't even check his phone for even if his mom calls. So I don't feel so bad now. So my own family thinks I don't like them. Well, maybe there's something to that, Wilson. Maybe there's something to that. So
As long as you don't ignore Tiff's phone calls, you're okay.
yeah, I don't think she calls. I think she texts. Guys, Paul said something cool to me today, and then I want to wrap the show up with this tonight. Top 2022 moments. And this is for everybody watching right now as well. What are your takeaways? What are your best moments of 2022? Does it have to be a good moment, Paul? Just a moment? A memory?
Just a moment, just a big moment in pulling.
Leroy?
I would say the mini rods at the Mac Trailer Winter Nationals or the Midwest Truck Show there.
Mini rods
pull
indoors?
off,
Okay.
the mini rods indoors, and then of course our event, the Pullers Championship. I'll echo your thoughts that we were disappointed in the crowd, but it was nice seeing an idea come to fruition.
Yeah, when I say I'm disappointed in the crowd, guys, I mean I'm disappointed it wasn't standing room only. We had a nice crowd. Okay.
We all are. We all are.
Yeah. Okay. I just don't want to be all negative. The people that came that first year, and we know there's naysayers that first year, like, we'll see if these guys get this thing off the ground. We get it. We respect that. It's all good. And we're back. We're back to say, let's do it again. And we're going to say it again next year. So it's all good.
I don't know, but I don't respect the naysayers.
I don't.
That's just me.
I don't even think about them. So they're not worth the time of day. Wyatt Schulte says Eaters win streak and Benny driving unlimited again. That was a neat story. Ed Walker says the best thing of 2022 is Pullers Championship. Well, thank you, Ed. That's awesome. Mr. Burkholtz says Ross into the pile at the National Farm Machinery. So enough said. Enough said.
That guy got to live his dream.
Yeah, he did.
We should all be so lucky.
Morgan Schulte got to drive a pulling truck at his hometown pull in New Vienna from the Rydals. I remember that. Tillman Temple, the massive pull of Scrappy I saw on video. Can't remember where it happened, though. What? Oh, that was Rock Valley.
That's because it happened about 12 different places.
Right.
He made massive distances every place he rolled off of the trailer.
Mark Fisher, one of my childhood buddies, says I've rekindled that friendship. He called me one day and goes, "Are you the beer money guy?" And I said, "I am." He says, "Well, that's pretty cool." So that was my Tri-County shout out to Keswick and Thornburg, Iowa. Hoo. Back in the day, the home of Chris Bates and the 85 Limited Pro. So
An 85 Limited Pro that is registered for the Pullers Championship.
And
the undefeated TPC champion.
Did he? Yeah, he did. That's right.
No, Jeremy Witt won.
Jeremy Witt won.
Did he?
Pullers Championship. Yep.
He did. He won. You're thinking of the previous, the fall, Ryan.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Nick Coors, this 5.0 Pro Stock class growth, this is going to be gigantic. It's going to put dents in my class, the 4.1 class, and that's not the end of the world. These next 2 years are going to be, it's going to be neat to see what happens and who comes down, who steps up. For all of those guys that have been wanting a component chassis and not go full-blown pro or full-blown diesel super and stay diesel, this is your chance. It's going to be neat to see that.
I can say
at the banquet, Jim, I know his last name's not Weimer, but Jim from Weimer's at the NTPA banquet. He said a lot of 5.0 chargers are going out.
Well, it's a good thing because I saw a thing last week that NTPA did implement the box charger. So
Correct.
It's about time.
They did.
Did ITPA do the same thing?
Yes.
For 2024. For 2024.
So there's
They're
no
gonna
big
pull
pro class anymore in ITPA in 2024, right?
No.
In 2024, correct. 2023, it'll still be the regular rules. And in 2024, they're going to the 5-inch charger, no cooler, and 5-inch Weimer box charger.
Awesome. I did just see a squirrel. Ron Stone just messaged me tomorrow night on Outlawed Live. We have all 3 of the modified trucks from the Outlaws that are going to Louisville. Skeltons, Claypools, and Millers will be on tomorrow night at 7 on the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Facebook page. So tune in for that. The Outlaws were trying to interview all the National Farm Machinery Show stuff. We are going to get Mike Witt on the show before Louisville. Next Monday night we have
Alan Washburn.
oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his name. I talked to him at the NTPA banquet. When he called me on the phone, I made him say, "Welcome to Toma, Wisconsin, the Budweiser Dairyland Super Nationals." And I just got goosebumps hearing him say that. So he thought that was pretty funny. And then Esden Lane. We're picking a date out with Esden Lane. If that's not the biggest show we've ever had, we get Esden Lane on here. He'll be on here. What's that called?
Another polar that will be at the Polars Championship.
I didn't know if we could say that yet or not.
Yeah, that's old news.
Yeah, we already have.
But I always say stuff and get in trouble. And
at this point, you can't say anybody that has already been that's already been registered. It's all public. But
so if I wanted to see who's already accepted our invitation, where do I go?
You go to thepolarschampionship.com and you go click on the invites tab, or you just hover over the invites tab, and then you can pick the class that you want to see. Other than the 85 limited pros, I still have like half the class to still get on there. So, but other than that, everybody else. But if you want to see who's there, you can go back and find an old post that has all the 85 limited pro stocks that were invited, and they are all registered. So
this is our class of 85 limited pros.
Like I said, there's only 4 of them on there.
Okay. How do we let Esden Bartling in? I think we should have a little saying on that, don't you think? So that was a joke, by the way, for people. So
yeah, somebody's got to have a head check for Brad.
Here's your limited pros that have accepted their invites. Your Silver Series champion, one of the meanest.
Brad's going to be doing the driving, not Andrew.
Your Badger State champion and defending Polars Championship champion, right? Did Gallants win it last year?
Yep.
So, Shigaon, Mr. Shorefighty. The Mean Farmer, your Outlaw champion, David Novak, and me. Where's Hackstad's tractor?
He still has to register. That was Paul's job this weekend, and he didn't succeed on that one.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that later. He'll be there. Don't worry. He's got more than one tractor to register.
Yep. He sure does.
Invites.
Honestly, as of right now, this is the class I'm looking forward to. This class is gonna be stacked.
What rules are we running again, or what's the deal?
So it's going to be running. If you run the PPL rules, you're going to run at 9,300 pounds. If you run NTPA rules, you're going to run at 9,500 pounds.
So if you run a cooler, you get 200 pounds less.
Okay. Thank you.
It's what Clint runs for the Midwest Winter Nationals, and he's talked with those guys, and they all seem to be okay with it. So we're going to adopt that set of rules, and we're going to give it a shot. See how it works.
Checking out, finished second Grand National points, I think.
Yep.
Oh yeah, right down here. Fast and Furious Don Slama finished second, and Champions Tour. Josh Miley, your points champion for PPL. Barman,
third place.
Third place. Yep. So we have the top three. We have the top 3 PPL tractors
and NTPA tractors.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad. That's good. That's the best of the best. Hooking them up, lining them up. Shavink's going to be there, right?
Yep.
Wheeling. This is awesome. So these are the 6 that have accepted. So the 6 that were invited all accepted, Brent?
Correct.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, I believe they are the only class that were all like initial invites that accepted.
So here's your diesel super stock tractors that have accepted and signed up. The Grand National back-to-back champ, Mr. Travis. This Esden Lane guy, have you ever heard of him? That is so cool.
I think he's from Minnesota. Maybe.
I just get giddy. The defending champ, undefeated season in 2022. No slouch at all. Super Rooster campaign. He came up to me at the bank when I told him Sandy already signed him up. She goes, "Well, she did. She didn't tell me." I said, "That's because she's in charge, Kent." She's in charge. So that was funny.
That's going to be a fun class.
Mike Egan just texted me, "Happy New Year, Jason. Is Diesel Superstock class full? I tried last week to sign up, but something went wrong with the way." At this point, we're full on Diesel Supers, right? Yeah, because
Yeah, as right now,
far as-
we have 10 that have been contacted, and we are waiting. And then we're gonna essentially just wait until somebody says no until we move on to the next.
We've got a lot of the guys kind of wanted to see how Farm Show was going to go and things of that nature. So we thought, well, since it's a promoter's choice, we can give them a little bit of time. We asked for a verbal commit, and they did. So we're going to just check back and fill up the class as we get closer to the show.
Okay, I'll text Mike back. I don't know if Mike's watching live or if he just texted me out of by chance.
Was that Mike Beck was the one that said that?
No, Mike Egan, the Hellbent tractor.
Oh, Mike Egan. He said Mike Beck.
No, I talked to Mike Beck at the banquet, so he's in. Pro Stocks, Esden Lemke, our defending champion, is back to defend. Light Super Stock tractors, we have Detonator Black, Grand National champ, right, guys?
Yep.
Last one standing is your Outlaw Points champ. So those are your 2 light supers that have committed. Four-wheel drive truck.
Crap! That means Leroy has to say Wyoega on Mike.
He can do it now, though. We got him trained.
You sure?
Yes, that's right.
Can we find a competitor from Economolock to make him do that one?
Well, that would be Funkst, right?
Yeah, Funkst will just have to put on a bigger charger.
That's a piece of cake. That's a piece of cake.
Here's
We
your
need just
4x4.
other
Leroy,
cities and
don't
towns in Wisconsin.
Leroy, don't challenge us. Wisconsin
Fondue.
has so many weirdly named towns. We can come up with one.
Wyoega had me stumped for years.
I bet
Yes,
you
it
Schwamenon would have you confused.
Which one?
Ashwaubenon.
Not everyone can be from Richland Center, right, Jason?
I mean, it's
Imagine if it was
that's a funny story,
Ashman from
Leroy.
Ashwaubenon.
Midnight Raider Jim Bosch, West Olive, Michigan.
Yes.
Risky Business Eric Claypool, your Outlaw Points champ.
Eric's already looking for places to fill up nitrous bottles near Nashville,
Rule Night
allegedly.
Jake Ziering, Fillmore, Indiana. Your Grand National Champion of the NTPA. Running Wild Texas Style. Charlie Hines. Is it Hines or Charlie Hines? Leroy
Hines.
Hines.
Charlie Hines.
And Thumper, Lane Thornton. Those are your 5 trucks that accepted their invites. Super Stock Diesel Trucks.
Charlie Hines, he's no stranger to the track at Holes Hours. He's been there.
At PRI, Lisa Peterson had accepted for a couple minutes till she freaked out.
We had a little fun with her at PRI. So
Why did you freak out, and how did we have fun with her?
we made a post on the Facebook page that she was accepted and coming, and because we were hanging out with them and Travis and Burge and everybody and Lemke's, and they're worried about their motors not being ready. And Larry, yeah, we can say it now. They're still married. I think they're in Key West right now. I don't think she's going to.
Yeah, they are.
But Larry said, "Oh, she's going to lose it," and so Doug had a little fun with her. So that was.
We made the post, and then Travis showed it to her. She was a little irritated for a few minutes.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah, I kind of think you guys probably fell off the Christmas card list after that little stunt.
Yeah. Well, it's all good. I still like my ProFrad transmission. Life is good. Caretaker, Chase Eller, Lafayette, Tennessee. The Rock Hard Ram, Van Hazley from Fairmont, Indiana. And Kent Crowder, Attica, Indiana.
Is it Lafayette, Tennessee, or Lafayette, Tennessee?
They're all different.
Lafayette.
I thought it was. I think it's Lafayette. Somebody from Tennessee, chime in, please. Tell us.
Mikey White. Mikey White's from Lafayette, Tennessee, your 2-wheel drive PPL points champion.
There we go.
So Modified Minis is completely fan vote.
Yep.
Mod Tractors is completely don't Cotton Candies in.
Yep.
From Texas, Tommy Owens, Ramblin' Rose from Montgomery, New York. Steve Bunnage has a long way. Well, Steve's not the closest one because, well, who's closer, Bunnage's or Bartling's?
Bartling's by a long shot. Bartling's are like 3
miles,
miles.
aren't they?
Yeah.
When I talked to Steve, though, he said it's like less than an hour.
Oh yeah, he's not far. He's not far at all. But Bartling's they literally farm right across the road from the track.
Okay. Oh, that's legit. And then Thorns. So
So when we need more parking space, that's what you're saying? No.
Yeah, we'll just park over the ground that Danny just planted.
Yep.
Sure.
John
I want to
Meat,
see a man come after you with a baseball bat. That'll make him do it.
Gene Dunn, Ryan DeBrew, Twisted Kitty. Twisted Kitty's our defending champ, right?
Nope. Armbender 2 is.
Armbender too.
Yeah, Twisted Kitty should have, but he pulled out of the throttle at the end on Saturday night. So more than likely it would have been the champion, but he got out because I think he probably would have took it to the pile or close to.
And last year we did an average, and this year we're doing a points thing like BG, right, guys?
Correct. Yep. So you take your placing and you add them together between both nights, and low score wins. Golf style, and then if there are two pullers at the same score, then we will go by combined distance. Same way that Bowling Green does their rings.
Got it.
And if anyone follows Gene Dunn on social media, sometime after 6 p.m. on New Year's Eve, he said, "I've made the decision not to purchase any more semis the rest of the year."
But then what? Today he made a comment on someone's post about is it for sale? So he may not be yet.
No,
Yeah, no,
Hey,
but
he's made it 2.5
Was
days
he made-
without
he made
buying
the-
a pulling semi.
Yeah, he made that post on December 31st, like sometime in the evening, like after 6 o'clock. I made the decision not to purchase any more trucks the rest of this year,
Yeah.
which only had a
Yeah,
few
no,
hours
he
left,
he
so.
made that comment on Brachiosaurus if it was for sale.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we lost Jason.
He just takes off.
Where'd he go?
Squirrel.
Sweet.
Squirrel.
Yeah, literally a squirrel.
It got real quiet real quick
There he is.
with the bleach shirt again.
I'm drinking my 100 ounces of water a day because I'm on a diet, not just because the new year I've been trying for a while and I screw it up every weekend. So, and I'm gonna say it publicly: I'm not having an alcoholic beverage until I hit 220 on the scale. So don't be trying to get me drunk next week at the Midwest Winter Nationals. I will be the designated driver to take everybody back to the war room. So
There's
Right.
not that many calories in shots
I
of
don't think
Fireball.
any of us.
it's not so much the alcohol, Leroy. It's what I eat when I drink. I love Papa John's pizza when I drink, and then I don't like just one slice, Leroy. I like the entire pizza, and then all of it. Okay, so it's not. I'm not anti-alcohol at all. I'm a big fan of drinking. I just I know what I do when I drink, and I eat bad, and I want to be skinny. So
Well, I was going to make a comment that I thought that these dry fit shirts wasn't supposed to shrink, but for some reason mine feels
mine faded. Obviously, I should put the other.
a little tighter than it did last May. But
That's weird. It's weird.
Oh hell, mine shrunk when I was pulling it out of the plastic bag. So I mean,
yeah,
that's a thing.
Why does Shane
What
Hunt
happens?
keep saying 3-6 diesel trucks Thursday? What's he trying to say?
That's the ranking show.
Ranking show.
Oh, jeez. You're so right. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Wyatt Schulte, Shane Hunt, Charles Posch, they've been doing top 10 power rankings. And this coming Thursday is 3-6 diesel trucks. So, and that's already been posted out there. Very, very grateful for them. It's been fun to listen to them do those shows. And they've been having the guests on have been really, really cool. Last week they had Brian Islandthorpe and Gene Dunn, right?
Yep.
So very, very cool.
Yeah, I don't know who they have planned for this week.
Nathan Veg and Brady Ingram.
That makes sense.
That'll be a good show. Those two are dynamite together.
Two people I've never heard of before, right?
Yep. Two people I've never heard of before that have become such good friends through this sport. They will both stand in each other's weddings.
Yep.
Roos, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the magic number this year for getting the beard shaved at Ship?
15.
Okay. Duly noted.
15 large. And I'm hoping that there will be more information available on that when we do our special edition show this coming Sunday. So people will know where to go to donate, because last year last year was maybe a little frustrating for me because we weren't able to top the $12,000 number that we had last year or 2 years ago. And it was because of mistakes that I made. We're not going to make those mistakes this year, I hope. We're going to try and get a way for people to donate online. And then when we do, Morgan, if we can get 6 figures, I will be I will probably cry. I will never have been so happy to lose a beard in my entire life. That would be amazing. Because imagine how much, I don't care. I don't give a shit about the bragging rights. Imagine how much good we could do with $100,000 to a Shriners Children's Hospital. Imagine how many kids we can help live a better life. This beard absolutely means dick to me. The only thing it means to me is money in the bank for whatever charity that we can use it for. And this year, it's the Shriners Children's Hospital. I want us to raise a stupid number. I want us to raise a staggering number. And I'll bring the razor, and we'll get her done. I'll probably visit cell block number 1 or 2 or wherever they are. Guys, have a shot for me to take before we do this, because my chin's going to be awful cold and it's going to need something to keep it warm.
We had Kevin Engelking on the Badger State show right before this, and he his tractor, of course, is the model that Justin Stuckensteiner made, and they're raffling that off. So for all that, it's a absolutely beautiful tractor in real life, and it's a mean tractor as well. Runs really, really well. So good to see all of that coming together. We're showing the limited pro class from last year. This is from Adam's, Bill Diesel Mafia's YouTube page again. So I just wanted to share that out there. So.
Jason, can you stop that for a second? I want you to pull up something different.
Sure.
Just search Ken Block. Since this show has started, the news has come out that Ken Block, who is an ungodly talented rallycross driver and the guy who made all those Gymkhana videos, he passed away in a snowmobiling accident.
Hey, spell his name for me.
Block, B-L-O-C-K.
Ken.
Just pull up any random Gymkhana video, and I guarantee you they're going to be the first ones that show up.
Oh, on YouTube.
Yes, but folks, stop waiting for X, Y, or Z to happen to live your dream. Ken Block lived his dream, and he entertained a hell of a lot of us, and he inspired a lot of us. Cody and I both, Charles, to probably all to the same degree, and the rest of these guys to a lesser degree. He inspired us to live. Ken, thank you for so many memories.
Yeah.
You've probably contributed to some of the speeding tickets on my record, and for that, you're a dick. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Cody doesn't drive fast enough to get speeding tickets, but I know he wants to.
Not anymore. I don't know. Jason's enough ADHD. I think I could let him be my navigator, and I would
Squirrel.
Yeah.
That would be the worst thing. He would be the worst navigator ever.
I think I'm a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
I think you would get all of us killed within 3 seconds.
Oh, crap.
No, Ken Block was an inspiration on about everything. And then his daughter being, 14 years old last year and driving a Unicorn, which is a 1,400 horsepower Mustang. And she's really kind of taken to it this year too. Yeah. So it's a sad day in the motorsports world. So,
and for those of you who have never heard of this guy, give him a fair shake. Just because Jason pulled up videos of him driving a little 4-banger Subaru, go put him into Google. Go put him into YouTube, and then look for things like the Hoonicorn or the Hoona truck, because they will turn all of your gearhead knobs to 11. He he had some really, really cool vehicles that he did some videos with. Twin turbo, 68, 67, all-wheel drive Mustang, making like 1,400 horse.
That's the
I
Huna-
forget what the Huna truck had, and it was like twin turbo, but it was the drivetrain or the powertrain from the Ford GT. So that six banger that sounded so odd but made so much power, that was in a 1977 F-150.
Hey, Mick, are you coming to Shipshewana next weekend? If not, Ryan, what size T-shirt do you wear?
4.
Mick, if you could get a couple of those made and get them to Charles for Ryan, I will pay you for those. I will PayPal you, Venmo, but the shirt will say, "This beard don't mean dick." I think it'd be very important that Mick knock that out for me. Thank you, Mick.
Actually, this year it means 15 grand. It doesn't mean dick, but it is 15 grand.
So, Brett, how are we doing on voting, bud? Let's wrap this up and go to bed. Leroy, it's good to see you. We haven't seen you in a while.
I haven't missed a show all year. Give me a break.
God. Okay.
You came on just so you could make that comment, didn't you?
He did.
That's right.
Well, I saw
thought
Leroy
about that
pop
at
on. I'm like,
2 o'clock
wow.
this afternoon.
Well, I didn't have a city council meeting tonight. My wife did not have a board meeting tonight, so I didn't have dad
You
duty
didn't
of
have to
giving
play.
baths. And
You
Ryan, how many
take baths
t-shirts?
and put people to bed?
Ryan, how many T-shirts do you want?
1 or 2, whatever.
Okay. Get him 2, Chris. So, anybody else want to? This beard don't mean dick. Cody, what size?
Extra large.
Extra large. Okay. So 2
Cody,
4.
you don't have a beard.
No, but it's not always about just that.
I'm the one that told you about Ken. So,
Aw, you guys
Why
can.
does that make you entitled to a shirt?
You guys can fight about it later on your private text message. It's all good. Your little sex chat that you guys do. Brett,
Really?
no.
where are we at? Brett, where are we at on the fan vote stud? Don't worry.
You're muted.
Mute.
Let me try that again. We are at about 816, 17, 18. Oh, they just keep coming in votes.
That's awesome.
So
Is that tracking ahead of last year, Brent, for our first night?
yeah, as right now. Well, last year we're going to be over probably within the next 10 minutes over what we were for the first round of fan voting last year. As far as the second round, we still are on pace to beat the second round's first 4 hours of fan voting. So it is going over well. There's a lot of pollers in here that I've seen. So it's going every single day. You can vote once a day. So
Remember, pollers, you are the promoter. Get on your social media, whether you have, doesn't matter how many followers you have, just get out there and get it out there. And like Cody said earlier, the algorithm will pick it up. Doesn't mean like your people will start seeing your posts that maybe aren't your Facebook friends or whatever, or follow you, but like if they know you're searching for the Pullers Champion stuff, Facebook will send you over there, Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Use your social media to send people to the pullerschampionship.com to vote for you. So Ryan, you must have to say something because you zoomed in.
Don't be shy in telling them what you want. If you want their vote, tell them you want their vote. Don't be shy. And then tell them again.
Tell them again. So I'm going to summarize. It's been an awesome 2 hours. The first part of the show, we talked with the people from the Iowa Diecast Toy Show in Des Moines, Iowa this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We're sending Chandler down to get some video. The RC pullers are going to be there as well. And of course, is when we kicked off the live vote for the Pullers Championship, May 19th and 20th in Nashville, Illinois. Tomorrow night on Outlawed Live at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, we have the 3 Outlaw trucks heading to National Farm Machinery Show, Claypools, Millers, and Skeltons. And then Wednesday night, we have the Florida Pullers Show. And then I'm doing my first Behind the Lens with Mark Ham Wednesday night. And then Thursday night is Power Rankings, 3.6 Pro Stock Diesel Trucks. Sunday night is a special show just dedicated to the What's Smokin' Midwest Winter Nationals coming next week. And then Monday night, we'll have Alan Washburn on for the first hour, legendary voice of the NTPA. And then Tucker will probably jump on after 9 o'clock as well. So that's kind of our programming here for the next week on the Facebook. Let's go around the Hollywood squares here. Leroy, wrap it up. What do you got?
I got just one piece of sad news also that came out this afternoon. So for those that follow ITPA polling, Dylan Fraking and Kevin Fraking, father and son polling team from New Baden, Illinois, they had a new wrap on their modified this year. There was a game that was being developed called the Tractor Pulling Simulator game.
Yeah.
The guy who was developing that game passed away today. Passed away not recently. I don't know if it was today or when it was, but Dylan posted that on his Facebook page. The guy experienced some health issues and unfortunately was not able to recover from it. So Dylan posted that on his Facebook page that the people that got the wrap on their tractor, that Tractor Pulling Simulator, I'm not for sure what the status of that's going to be. But anyway, the guy behind all that passed away. So that's my wrap up. That's not a very good wrap up.
Yeah. Can we do something positive, Leroy?
Yeah, no kidding, right? I will be at the Midwest Winter Nationals, not for all 6 sessions, though. I'll be there for Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. So I'll be there for 3 of the 6 sessions. I'm too damn busy at work right now. I can't get out of work. And initially I told Clint I wasn't going to be there at all, but I made myself available where I could be there Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Saturday night. So 3 out of the 6 sessions, kind of like Meatloaf. Don't be sad. 3 out of 6 ain't bad.
You and your dad jokes, Leroy. So
all right.
You're going to start
Next.
singing Paradise by the Dashboard Lights now, aren't you?
That's right.
Cody.
Working on some pictures that's still behind. May or may not be at Ship Shawana. That's still yet to be determined, calving season. So, and yeah, get your votes in. TPC every day, every single day. Keep
Vote
voting.
early, vote often.
Yep. And get your fans involved. You want to be there? Get them involved.
Yeah, then get them to come to the event. Hoo-ah. Douglas, what do you got?
I will be reaching out to potential sponsors for TPC. So if you see me on your caller ID, don't run away. You know what it's for.
Send straight to voicemail, right? So.
Right.
Adam Wilson.
Paul, Romac.
Yeah. Trying to get the new shop built. Trying to get a pro stock built. So vote often. One thing we did see last year, the people that pushed it on social media were the ones that ended up top vote getters. So we saw that very heavily last year. So if you want to be there, you got to promote it on Facebook and your social media platforms and get them to get to the website and get you registered or get voted. And we'll see you in May.
Love it. Roos.
The time to start doing what you wanted to do and what you've always dreamed about doing is right freaking now.
RFN. Right now. Well said.
Also vote every day. And be prepared to shell out a little bit of money, and we can maybe do some good for the Shriners Children's Hospital. Because again, this beard don't mean dick.
Bruce Slaw sent me a text message that he wants to get in, but he sucks at technology. So if anybody wants to vote for Bruce, he'd love to be at the. That's his way of throwing a vote in there. Sorry, Brent, if I did something wrong, you could yell at me later on that. So.
Bruce, I've said it once, I'll say it twice. I can be bought for votes.
I can't be bought for votes. You know, I like it.
Yeah, and he's real cheap. He's like $7.50 or something like that per vote.
Right.
Yeah, real cheap. Decimal point at the end.
Yarn, thank you for being our IT guy and doing all this stuff. There's multiple hours and hours and hours and hours. So thank you very much. And I'm glad you found the workaround because Paul and I actually planted that to see if you were as good as you really say you are. I wouldn't even know. I don't even know what I'm talking about, actually. So it's all good.
Hey, did Josh Blackburn host his traditional New Year's Eve party?
I don't think so. He had a Snapchat. I talked to him on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. He didn't invite me, but that might be personal. I don't know. But he was putting sheet metal on a tractor, I think, for ship, is what I saw. But I don't know. I was not at the Cuba City area on New Year's Eve. But it was a lot of fun last year.
Nor was I. I was babysitting smokers. And Cody, by the way, thank you. I didn't get to thank you before you left for the bottle of Elijah Craig that you left. So appreciate that.
Oh, you guys have such a little bromance. I love it.
Maybe next year, if the stars align, we can have a beer money New Year's party.
Well, get your shot bill forth.
No, that's why
I'm not bringing my smokers, but I'd be happy to attend.
Which I'm gonna play some video to round out the show while we log off. What should I bring up from last year, guys? Trying to pull what we got. What do you want to see?
Diesel
Semis?
Supers. Diesel Supers.
We saw that already. Let's do semis.
Can we see it more than once?
We could.
Go to Built Diesel Mafia on YouTube. You'll find them.
I'm just hacking Adam's YouTube page. So, Andy Leonard, I'll take T-shirts and hats for votes. Just putting that out there. There you go, guys. Okay. Love everybody, even you, Roos. Happy New Year to everybody. It's going to be a great year. Thank you for your support of the Pullers Championship. Most importantly, thank you for loving truck and tractor pulling. We're all in this together to grow the great sport. I'm going to bring up some, again, from Adam Wilson's Built Diesel Mafia, Mr. Silver Button himself. Is that what it is, Doug? Silver Button?
Silver play button.
Silver play button. The guy who doesn't answer his phone, not even to his mom. Here is Saturday night at the Pullers Championships. See ya when we see ya. Have a good night.
You're on.
Here in the Pullers Championship Tractor Pull, as a co-op owned by its borrower members, Farm Credit provides farm financing, rural first lending for country living, and crop insurance. Contact the Highland, Illinois or Mount Vernon, Illinois regional offices to see how Farm Credit can help make your farm or rural life dreams a reality. Farm Credit Illinois, helping farm families succeed today and tomorrow. Thank you to Farm Credit Illinois being a sponsor of the first annual Pullers Championship. 4 semis left in our show, at our Saturday night show. Gene Dunn, Bowerston, Ohio, the arm bender number 2. He'll be
All right, Gene Dunn out of Bowerston, Ohio, the arm bender 2. Gene can start to get after it. Bend that throttle over. He's a multi-time world champion arm wrestler. That's the name of the truck. Making some nice smoke rings once again here tonight. Because we're giving them some fits. Last night over on the grandstand sidetrack, it was a lot more calm than it's been recently. So that's a positive proof. Green lights are riding the road. Clear with fire. Of course, but the entire body of the truck will open up like a funny car. The whole thing lifts up for using the powertrain underneath. We have a very good run of it. Last one will go down 10 feet to change. What we can do is get the power into the track, hang that front axle nice and high. It's got a swing axle to it where with the right tire down on the bench, you've got liberty steering with that left side front steer. Skied up, everything is running correctly for the execution routine. You two looking for a good pass right here. Shake out some of these early season gremlins from the executioner. Green flags are in the air. Craig Brock. Same sort of thing did last night. You can go back and try it again, though. The scrap and recycling business back home in the eastern part of the Buckeye State. There for Gene Dunn, Twisted Kitty, the final hook of the Pullers Championship.